Alright. This is a talking head type thing. I want to talk about stretching. Now, there's this research, or I don't know what it is, commonly held belief about stretching that I have a tendency to disagree with. It may be just me, but many years ago I ran track, and I remember in high school I had a cross-country camp up at Weber State. It wasn't a camp that we stayed there overnight, but we would meet each day and learn about running. This coach gave us, that were participating, some stretches on several pieces of paper to do for running, and I did those when my muscles were tight, and they helped my muscles so that they would loosen, and so I could relax. And I've also noticed that when I've been injured, I have to kind of keep doing that stretch till my body allows me to complete that type of stretch. Now, I don't think that I have to warm up to stretch. I think that I have to allow my body to be prepared to stretch, not really warm up to it, more like, each time trying to push it a little bit more. So, that's how I feel about stretching. I think that some people push it a little harder, and if they push it too hard so that it's injured, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you just learn that that's something maybe you should be more careful of, or that you don't do that, or you need to have to rest. Even that is a good thing. Anyway, I may sound a lot like somebody else, but it's also me because I grew up around the same time. I was a runner, long distance runner. I did a 6:03-minute mile in junior high school. May have done it faster. And my 2-mile time when I was in high school was a 12:40. So those were pretty fast, but not too fast. I think that the emphasis on too much emphasis and too much stress and pressure and too much work specified with running, and not enough reward for it for these athletes, can be damaging. I think we ought to be teaching the youth that come up that these things, exercise can be rewarding, because it can feel good. I didn't run for the longest time because I thought that that was the end of that and I shouldn't do it. And then I had a friend that decided to have an exercise class, and I started working my way back up to see if I could do this. I thought like I was still running in track and stuff, and it felt more burdensome to me. But I decided, I can still run, but I'll have to do it slowly. And when I allowed myself to do it slowly, that was okay. Of course, before then I did yoga I did yoga to strengthen my body and some stretching. This isn't the same day by any means. It takes a while to build up to such things. If it seems like it's automatic, it isn't. You know. Running doesn't always come easy. You know, some people when they experience pain think it's too much, you know. It may be too much. It may not be, but if they don't understand that through time it can heal and through recovery it can. Some people, it just doesn't happen for them. I think walking's good. I had a little lesson. My cousin did. He was a baby, and he was on the verge of walking, and I was kind of getting a little excited that he was going to walk. And I pushed this young man, this young baby, a little too hard, and he didn't want to walk. So you know what? Sometimes we have to allow people the time and the space to allow them to grow on their own. The boy grew up. He eventually learned how to walk. He didn't need me to push him too hard, too fast, too quick, too soon when he wasn't ready for it. So, people need to learn to be ready to do things. They need to choose for themselves when they're ready to apply and do things. Maybe we can set out the how-tos and the, but not to get irritated or upset because they don't, go when we want them to. It takes patience, Sometimes we want to get mad or angry at people for not jumping in when we want them to. But, that's how things are.